The following is a PG-rated video. Viewers' discretion is advised. How Octopus Button lost one of his tentacles. Octopus Button actually had 8 tentacles before he lost one of them. He was born with 8 tentacles and had them since forever. Until one day, he was just swimming around with his octopusy friends, which I'll probably reveal in the future. Anyway, Octopus Button was just swimming around having fun until he discovered one very strange thing on the water. He didn't know what it was until he touched it, and he didn't see what was coming. It was some underwater scissors. Yes, I know, underwater scissors are so weird, ain't it? But it actually caused some bad stuff to happen. And that bad thing was that Octopus Button lost one of his tentacles by cutting it off. Oh my god. And I mean, seriously, that was true. It was a huge mistake for one young octopus, so he started to scream, and his family noticed. And his family couldn't believe what Octopus Button did. He apologized to his family for cutting his own tentacle off. But his family did forgive him, although Octopus Button's sister didn't even know what was going on. So she went to her room to just ignore the facts, which was so weird. So Octopus Button couldn't swim for one whole week since he cut his own tentacle off. But after some octopus tickles and an octopus appointment, although octopus appointments sound very weird, he was able to swim again after 1 week, but in one weird way possible. So, Octopus Button had to live his life with only 7 tentacles until the week after Octopus Button's 10th birthday. He just discovered something was going on between 2 of his tentacles. And that's when he discovered that his 8th tentacle was growing again, and again, and again, and again, until the tentacle actually formed into his shape. Octopus Button was so delighted that he had his 8th tentacle back, and he made a huge promise and a big deal on himself that he would never ever cut one of his tentacles off ever again. So the pictures you see right now of Octopus Button took place the week after Octopus Button getting his 8th tentacle back. But the videos that are coming out very soon takes place before Octopus Button gets his 8th tentacle back. So, yeah. Anyway, that's the story of how Octopus Button lost his 8th tentacle but managed to get it back on the week after his 10th birthday. How Gold Button Jr. got the rest of his teeth sorted out. So, when Gold Button Jr. was 2, he had a problem with his teeth. None of the other teeth were growing. And seriously, this is true. But he was alright with it, since he only had 2 of his top teeth and 2 of his bottom teeth. So, Gold Button Jr. had to live his life with only 2 of his top teeth and 2 of his bottom teeth. And he was always okay with it. Until one day, when he was at his school. There were 2 bullies that were always mean to Gold Button Jr. no matter what. And their names were Annoying Button and the bully Master Button. Annoying Button was already one of the object characters before this video, so yeah. Anyway, when the bullies went up to Gold Button Jr., they asked him one simple question. And that question was, why did he only have 2 top teeth and 2 bottom teeth? Gold Button Jr. was about to answer with his simple answer, Until the bully said something mean to Goldbutton Jr., aka the answer to the question, well, for the bully's opinion. They said, maybe it's because you're just a baby. Ha ha ha. The boys laughed at him, and Goldbutton Jr. obviously hated that. So much that it was more than just a hate. It was a nightmare. And it was not a nightmare, by the way. It happened for real. Goldbutton Jr. started crying, and the teacher noticed. But the boys kept on bullying Goldbutton Jr. until the end of the day, really. So when Goldbutton Jr. And Goldbutton's mom and dad arrived, oh, and Baby Blue as well, Goldbutton Jr. was still sad that the bullies bullied him, especially his teeth, and he was no longer alright with the top or bottom teeth. So Goldbutton Jr. wanted to take an appointment to the dentist so he could get some more teeth for him. But Goldbutton's mom was kind of confused about why he wanted to do that. So Goldbutton Jr. explained the reason why. After the chat, Goldbutton Jr.'s mom made a deal. So Goldbutton Jr.'s mom is gonna get an appointment scheduled for some day. So Goldbutton Jr. had to take a lot of days off, since he doesn't even want to be with the bullies again. But then on the day that Goldbutton Jr. is gonna get his teeth sorted out, he had his early breakfast and went off to the dentist. Goldbutton Jr. was excited, but also nervous, because Goldbutton Jr. was kind of getting a little bit worried that the teeth might hurt him a little bit. Goldbutton said that the teeth might hurt him a little bit, but only for just 2 days. But then straight after Goldbutton Jr.'s teeth infection, he could just get a drink of juice and eat a lot of healthy stuff. Since Goldbutton Jr. is not allowed to have unhealthy stuff for a few days. Well, aka pizza, chips, and burgers. And not too many burgers, or else he'll be fat like a fat button and fat clown button. And Goldbutton Jr. will never be fat anyway, since he doesn't like eating too many burgers, but he likes to eat only a little bit of a burger. Anyway, Goldbutton Jr. went to the actual room to get his new teeth sorted out. Then the dentist guy checked if everything is safe and secure, and everything was a-okay. So, Goldbutton Jr.'s new teeth are about to make an appearance. But Goldbutton Jr. was thinking how he was going to do that. Then, some quite unusual transformation sequence started happening. Well, it's not like the Megazords or something else, but it's for the teeth anyway, since there was a lot of stuff for the teeth to actually get stuck on. So, Goldbutton Jr.'s teeth was so new. Well, for the new set of teeth anyway, after the transformation sequence. So, Goldbutton Jr. was delighted for his new teeth to arrive, and then the infection started to come in, well, for 2 days, really. And then Goldbutton Jr. had some food and drinks after the infection stopped. Then Goldbutton Jr. took an extra day off school to think about what to do to get revenge on the boys that bullied his teeth before. And he thinks of a great way to do this. He grabbed the Shining effect for Goldbutton's phone, and he downloaded it onto his iPad. And then the effect was used for whatever reason. And then comes the day that Goldbutton Jr. is about to get some revenge on those boys that bullied him earlier on. The boys asked Goldbutton Jr. the same question before Goldbutton Jr. had some new teeth. The boys asked, Goldbutton Jr., why do you only have 2 top teeth and 2 bottom teeth? The boys were about to do that answer just like before, when Goldbutton Jr. smiled very widely that the shine came in, well, the effect really. that the boys were so shocked about Goldbutton Jr.'s new teeth. They were so shocked that they were scared as well. The boys thought that Goldbutton Jr. was gonna eat them for dinner. But Goldbutton Jr. didn't eat them. But the boys ran away anyway, since they thought that Goldbutton Jr. was about to eat them. So Goldbutton Jr. finally got his revenge that he totally deserved. The family actually was watching him this whole time. Goldbutton Jr. didn't actually know what was going on until the family was cheering and congratulating Goldbutton Jr. for making the best revenge of those bullies. Goldbutton Jr.'s teacher also congratulated him as well. Even the secondary teacher and the principal teacher, although Goldbutton Jr. is not secondary yet. Anyway, the primary teacher told Goldbutton Jr. that while the revenge was sorted, the principal actually expelled those bullies for eternity, and they got grounded by their parents. So this means the boys weren't allowed to play any more video games. They also weren't allowed to watch any more TV, drinking some secret stuff, having some restaurant days, going to any parties, and many more stuff. The boys were mad they actually punched their beds. And they also got their phones took away from them, so they would no longer interact with each other. All the teachers and all the students, except for the boys, were so happy for Goldbutton Jr. that he actually got the Best Student of the Year award. Goldbutton Jr. wasn't actually expecting this at all. So he began hugging his family like he would normally do when Goldbutton Jr. goes to sleep every night. And Baby Blue also said well done to Goldbutton Jr. And that speech from Baby Blue was so adorable. Oh, it was also a new world that Baby Blue said. As Goldbutton Jr.'s life went on, he was in a happy, peaceful, and easy life again. And that's how Goldbutton Jr. set up his new teeth, and he got some revenge on the bullies. How Fat Button became fat. Fat Button used to be a very healthy object out there, eating lots of fruits and vegetables, a lot. He loved fruits and vegetables so much, they would love them forever. But it didn't go on forever, because one day, Fat Button got grounded by his parents. How did he get grounded? Well, here's the thing. Fat Button actually went on a school trip with all of his friends, and they went to a store. But they weren't allowed to buy anything that is more than £20. Fat Button wanted to buy the 100 fruits and vegetables pack, but they were actually £35. Fat Button still wanted to buy it anyway, but his teacher said that he was not allowed to buy anything more than £20. But Fat Button stuck out his tongue very rudely, well, for the first time really, and he bought the 100 fruits and vegetables packet anyway. The teachers and Fat Button's friends were mad at him since he broke the rules. And the teacher said to him that Fat Button wasn't allowed to come to any more of the school trips ever again. Fat Button got super mad and started destroying the store and punching one of his friends into the face. He started to pull the fire alarm at the store as well, which was disrespectful. And Fat Button was picked up by his parents since Fat Button's teacher called them to pick them up anyway. And then, when Fat Button got home, his mom and dad grounded him forever. And that made Fat Button even more mad. While he was in the grounding center, he didn't even want to be a healthy guy anymore since he got grounded. So, he started to become from healthy to unhealthy. he started to eat a lot of burgers every day. And then he realized that something was wrong with him. He was actually glowing, but his face wasn't even in the glowing spirit. And that's when he realized that that button became fat. I mean, you all knew, didn't you? But for those who didn't know, I guess this makes no sense. Except for the fact that that button got fat. But then 2 years later, that button was actually out of his grounded time. And as life went on, that button made a fat girlfriend, and they were still fat no matter what. And that's how that button became fat. How Brainy Button's look changed. Brainy Button was actually born with a purple body, and he knew a lot of stuff. He still knows a lot of stuff right now, but one of the reasons why he got changed is because he discovered a very strange light bulb. It was kind of yellow and gold, like Gold Button and Gold Button Jr. Oh, and even Hedgehog Button and Jessica, because these object characters were gold. And Brainy Button wanted to be gold like them, but his parents did say there was no chance. Until one day, Brainy Button made a fair decision, and getting his body changed no matter if the parents like it or not. Brainy Button went to the body change center to change his body to the dream color he wanted, aka gold. But the actual worker with his place did say that he had to make some changes to himself while getting the new body sorted. He had to make Brainy Button's eyes a little bit closer to him. He had to get him some eyebrows and new brain sparks on him, since the brain would make sense if there was sparks on him. So he did the exact thing, and Brainy Button reacted with, obviously, oh my god, that body looks amazing. I'm gonna keep this body from now on. And as life went on for Brainy Button, he had his golden body and changes to him. And yeah, so he actually had his body changed in like spring 2022. And he actually did appear with his old look of the 80 before. Like the Jubatron commercial, the actual introduction to him, and his age, or whatever. Anyway, that's how Brainy Button got his new body sorted out. How Autism Button actually had autism. Autism Button was actually a normal object character when she was born. She loved her life, and she loved every sound that went through her. But one day when she was 1.5, a very loud firework explosion on Bonfire Night made her super scared. Because in previous Bonfire Night, Autism Button's family actually went on a vacation to Dubai, so they did miss Bonfire Night for that one. But on the Bonfire Night when she was super scared of the fireworks, she had to wear earmuffs. She even had to wear her pacifier to comfort her, since she was still a baby / toddler. But as life went on, and when Autism Button actually gave up her pacifier, she still had autism. But I'm also going to tell you how Autism Button actually found out she had autism. So that's only one part of the story so far. And the next part is about to come on right now. So, Autism Button had to take an appointment to see if she actually had autism. And the doctor said that she had autism, like I wouldn't have knew. So, Autism Button had to wear ear defenders in case of loud things. And when she was actually in preschool, aka her first ever school thing, she noticed something very weird, and it was the fire alarm. It made her scared too, so one of the students at school kindly gave Autism Button the students' ear defenders, and the teacher found it very loving, and gave her a Gold Star award. But when she was 7, Autism Button said to her family that she didn't want to be a thing anymore. But Autism Button's parents actually told her why autism is okay, and then after that, she admitted that autism can be okay for a few people, since some people have autism. And that is how Autism Button actually had autism. How Robo Gold Button could see without any eyes. Robo Gold Button was actually created by Scientist Button. Yeah, that has been a forgotten object counter too. But I'll somehow return him as well. Anyway, Scientist Button came up with a nice idea of creating Robo Gold Button. The problem was that he forgot the eyes bit for the actual object character robot. So he decided to go without the eyes in anyway. So he still had eyebrows, a mouth, aka the robot's mouth, and some arms and legs. But they were actually like the normal object character limbs, which was so weird. And Scientist Button activated the ultimate battle wave that lasts forever. Yep, it actually does. And when that was activated, Robo Gold Button turned on immediately. Robo Gold Button was actually nice at first, but when some object counters bullied him because he had no eyes, he started to get mad when he was actually 6 years of robot age. And he was actually the normal robot teenager. Like, forever, since robots were actually very strange. To some object characters, anyway. But robots are cool, in my opinion. Anyway, after the 5 years of robot age, Robo Gold Button decided to finally get some revenge of what the bullies of Robo Gold Button finally deserve. He was mean to the bullies and everyone else in Object City. But the only object character that it goes well with is Thief Button. Because Thief Button was actually a villain as well, since Robo Gold Button was already a villain beforehand. Anyway, Robo Gold Button actually asked to himself, why did he actually have no eyes but he could still see? But then some weird calculated computer machine activated. Her name was Kiki, the computer, and she told Robo Gold Button the special talent he had. He is the only object character without eyes but can still see no matter what. And Robo Gold Button was actually shocked that happened. He actually fainted. And he did make no sound for a few days. But a few days later, Robo Gold Button was brought back to life. And as life went on, Robo Gold Button, Thief Button, and Kiki the computer were a dynamic trio. They started to destroy Object City as well as the bullies. But the object characters will probably get rid of those object characters and the computer with the future. And that's how Robo Gold Button had a special talent, aka the only object character that can see with no eyes at all. Who discovered Object City? Yep, you heard it all right. Now, most of the object characters think that it was Gold Button, but some object characters think that it was a random object character named Jeff. Just Jeff. And they were getting into a fight of who discovered Object City. So that's why I'm here to tell you who discovered it first. Gold Button or Jeff. Anyway, let's get on to what some people might think. Jeff was the most randomest object character ever. His eyes were very wide to his body, and he didn't even know what was going on. So when Jeff actually fell from, void, or whatever it is, Jeff was actually landed into some invisible platform in a black background. His limbs were white because some object characters have black bodies. And if object characters are in a black place, they activated the glow on the limbs to turn their limbs white. Anyway, back to the actual story. Jeff didn't even know where the absolute heck he was until he stamped his feet into the invisible black ground in the black background, and he activated Object City. He went himself on a tour to Object City, and he was the only one to take a tour to Object City. Well, at this point anyway. So, after he went on a tour to Object City, he loved the place. But was he actually the first object character to discover Object City? Let's find out. Not really a drum roll, please. The first ever object character to discover Object City is Gold Button, but not the Gold Button you're familiar with. The actual Gold Button that actually discovered Object City was a very golden button. He was the very, very, very first object character here. And he was so golden. And he was the oldest object character in Object City. Even older than Grandpa Button. And his age was 2,999. I'm on about Golden Button, by the way. Golden Button actually died when he was 105, but he's still alive thanks to the Heaven and Monitor. Because, like Ghost Button, Genie Button, and Ghost Button's family, oh, and Devil Button, he had a way on him the whole time, and he had no legs when he was dead. If you're wondering why I haven't even got a picture of a Golden Button right now, on the thumbnail really, it's because I'm still working on the Golden Button. And if you're super confused of who's on the left, well, that's actually Gold Button, the very first object characters I decided to create. Anyway, that's who actually discovered Object City. How Witch Button became Witch. Since the dawn of time, Witch Button didn't even have any money at all. He didn't even have pocket money either when he was a kid. So, one day when he was 18, he snuck up to his mum and stole her money. How? Let me tell you this. Witch Button snuck up to the living room while it was still nighttime. He snuck up to the pocket, yeeted it into the hand, ran away to his room, and he received the money. But now, Witch Button wondered to himself, what should he do with all the money he snuck up from his mum? Well, he decided to spend all the money on a brand new golden Xbox. Yup, he just became ultimately sus. And after a few minutes, Witch Button's mum noticed about the money being gone. So, she went up to Witch Button's dad to tell him if he stole Witch Button's mum's money. And he did not, since he was just relaxing, drinking a cup of coffee at night time. Yep, that is what he does. And now, up to Witch Button. She told him if the money stolen thing was up to him. And he lied. But when it comes to the pocket, his mum was furious. So he grounded him and locked him in the room, remaining that Witch Button still has no money. Until he was 35. One day, he entered a competition on Who Wants to Be a Millionaire, and you wouldn't even believe it, but he won! And he got £1 million apparently. He was extremely happy, and he went home to show his mum and dad, but they were still furious and grounded him. But Witch Button was now a parent with a kid and a married someone. So Witch Button decided to punch the mum and dad into the face. And it caused the kids and the wife to laugh. Anyway, Witch Button was extremely happy about the money, and as life went on, Witch Button became witch. But it's not the end of the story yet, because I'm going to tell you all the spendings he did so far as a witch object character. So the first spending spree was a golden house, and it was for £250. The wife was kind of confused, but also happy at the same time. The second spending spree was a family trip of literally everyone, except for Witchbutton's parents, to Disneyland. And the kid who was a fan of Disney was extremely happy. The third spending spree was a enormous Christmas tree, and it was big as a house. The fourth spending spree was an ultimate Easter egg hunt challenge at the Metro Center in Object City. Yup, there's a Metro Center in Object City, folks. The next spending spree, aka number 5, was the Epic Among Us pack, since the kid grew up to Among Us. And then, coming in at the 6th spending spree, Witchbutton got his hair dyed. Yup, he'd gone for his dream colour, alright, aka magenta. The 7th spending spree was to get the wife's spending spree sorted out with hair dyeing as well. And she chose yellow. Witchbutton was extremely confused about that, but it was still nice. The 8th spending spree was an epic one, because Chris Pratt himself visited the kid, and he got super emotional, and he decided to hang out with the Chris Pratt himself for a few days. Anyway, the 9th spending spree was a mistake. Witchbutton spent the money on what he thought was going to be a huge TV, but instead, it was just a small TV. Luckily for the 10th spending spree, it got fixed, and the huge TV was actually here instead of a small one. So yeah, that's all of Witchbutton's spending spree so far, and that's the actual end of the story of how Witchbutton became rich. Well, this is officially my longest video ever now. Okay, so yeah, anyway, thanks for watching my Dark Secrets about Object Character series. It was kind of a nice series to make, but I had to cancel it due to my LG phone dying in July 2023, so yeah. I am bringing this series back, but it's now no longer going to be about the Object Characters because they're all dead. So, what's going to happen? Well, I'm changing the series name and giving it a reboot. We're now going to be rematched with the series 2. Team Studios Dark Secrets. So, yeah, hopefully the first episode of that new reboot will come eventually. So, yeah. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next video. Peace out!